Hi Pam Fam, welcome back to another day in my life that I am filming just for you. So today we are going to be talking about dorm rooms. What's it like to live in a dorm room? Like, what's it really like? You know, the good, the bad, the tea, and everything in between. So if you are interested, then stick around because, honey, get your mugs ready because I got some tea. And you know I like to serve it nice and hot. Alright, let's get started. So there are definitely some positives and negative aspects to living in a dormitory. So I'm gonna just walk you through the good and the bad, like I said, and the tea. So let's start with the good. So I would say the number one greatest thing about living in a dorm is the people. Yeah. Friends. Living in a dormitory pretty much guarantees you a group of friends who literally live next door to you, or is your actual roommate. So if you're someone who is lacking friends, you need friends, you don't really know where to start, a dorm is a great place to go. Honestly, you're gonna meet all kinds of people from all different walks of life who are gonna
inspire you
and teach you things. But really, you're gonna meet people who are gonna be your friends when you go to these classes, and a lot of these people are going to be in the same classes as you. If you are a freshman going into a dorm, a lot of you guys take the same classes because you're freshmen, so you'll probably be in the same class as your roommate or your next door neighbor, because you're both in the same grade level, which is great. It means you two can bond and help each other with homework and stuff, and I don't know what people do when they live next to each other. Okay, so I would say, yeah, one of the greatest things about living in a dorm was the people that I was constantly surrounded by. So another good thing about living in a dormitory is the food. So most dorms will have vending machines downstairs, which I know you're probably thinking, what, vending machines? Do you, listen to me, okay? You're gonna be there one day, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're starving, nothing's open, you don't know what to do. Oh, there's a vending machine downstairs. You take your dollars, you go to the vending machine, you crack out some Reese's Pieces, you take out some Hershey's, pull some Lay's potato chips out, down a Sprite or two, and you're feeling real good, Vending machines in dormitories are great. Not really the greatest. I don't know why it's the greatest thing. I don't know why I brought it up. But really though, those vending machines saved my life so many times, because I cannot, it's honestly sad how many times I went down there to get food. My voice just cracked. I was hot. I was so hot. But yeah, I cannot tell you how many times I went down to that vending machine to get food because I was starving. Because I'm a freshman in college, or I was a freshman in college, and I feel like when you are a freshman in college, you're just continuously starving, just hungry all the time. The great thing about living in a dorm is that usually there is a food hall very close to you, a cafeteria, I don't know what they're called, okay? Places where, large gathering areas where people will buy food. Okay, so I was lucky enough to live above a mess hall or a cafeteria. I lived above Champs at Victory Hall here in UNT, Denton, Texas. Represent Mean Green, what's up? Yes, killing it in the football game, killing. Okay, best decision I could have possibly made. If you're trying to choose a dorm room, pick one that's close to a food hall, especially if you have a meal plan, honey. Thank me later, like Drake says. Going down to that food hall whenever I was hungry, and without having to figure out transportation, I didn't have to walk there, take a bus, take my car. I could just walk downstairs, grab myself a nice, plate of food, and then come right back up and fall asleep. And I wake up again, and I'm like,
whoa, I'm hungry again.
What do? Walk my cute little booty back downstairs, get another plate of food, come right back upstairs. Great decision. That was, those are really the days, when I could just do that. Anyway, but honestly, really, it's just when you live in a dorm, you live near a lot of the food places on campus. Whether you live above a cafeteria or not, you're gonna be somewhere centrally located to your college campus, which means that there will be a food place next to you. Whether it's like 3-minute walking distance or literally next door to you or a part of your actual dorm. That's something that you really don't think about until you move into an apartment. And then you're like, I'm starving. What do I do? Like when you live in a dorm, it's just like easy. You know, you could just walk across the street and there's like a place to eat. So yeah, that's like a great attribute. A lot of my great things are about food. The next thing I would say is really great about living in a dorm room is decorating a dorm room. Now, there's just nothing like it, honestly. Like the feeling of being a freshman and like going in to your dorm room that's like white and ugly and gross, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm gonna make it pretty. And then you spend all day making it gorgeous and like putting your stuff away and decorating and going to Target, and like it's just fun. Okay, for someone like me, I like organizing and I like decorating stuff, so it's super fun for me when I start with like everything is completely white and empty, and then I can fill in with all the things that I love and represent me. You know, I love that stuff. Makes me really happy. And it's an experience that I think that every person or like every, you know, college student should have. The next thing I would say is that you get a roommate. If you're into that, if you're into that thing, then you get a roommate who literally lives right next to you in a bed opposite your bed. So if look, I don't know what you're into. If you're into that kind of thing, then this is great for you. You'll love this. I was not that person who liked the idea of living next to someone else, so I got a private room. But my friend, my very close friend for a while, was very much into that whole scene. She wanted a roommate, so she got herself a roommate, and I mean, we'll get into that when we talk about the bad and the tea and the in-between. If for some reason you're one of the like 0.3% of humanity that gets matched with a good roommate, then this is gonna be great for you. Y'all are gonna like talk and do homework together and like braid each other's hair, and like every night's gonna be a freaking sleepover. It's gonna be so great. But if you're like the 97% of the rest of us, just wait for the bad, okay? Just wait for the bad part and I will address y'all. So it's always really easy to get to class when you live in a dorm room because you live in a dorm. You're on campus, which means there's no reason why you shouldn't be late to class. Yeah, depending on what kind of student you are, that might be a bad thing. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, I liked it. I liked that I could easily walk to class. I liked that I could easily go downstairs and like take a bus and get to my class. For me, it was a bit different because I lived in a dorm that was kind of far from campus, but we had a bus that took us straight to where we needed to be. And so I just learned the bus routes, a root canal. Ow. It's great because you live on campus, and that means that literally everyone is always going to be able to find you. You can be like, oh, I live at Kerr. Oh, I live in the Riot Hall by Paramore. You can be like, oh, I live in the building that's next to this building. And they're going to be like, oh, I totally know what you're talking about. And be able to find you. You know what I'm saying? Which is something that you don't want to take for granted, because if you move into an apartment, you're going to have that person who you're like, oh, I live at 1234 Internet Street, and they're like, oh, I don't really know how to get to you, and like, I just kind of lost. I don't really know if I can come and get you. And you're like, really? Really, Paul? Because you came here fine when you needed my help, but now that I need you to pick me up, it's like you don't know where I live anymore, Paul? Like, really? Are you serious? Like, you know, you can't use a GPS You know what a phone is? Navigation? No? The point is, when you move into an apartment, addresses come into play and things get a little bit more complicated, and it's a bit harder to get to places that you want to go to, and it's a bit harder to get people to come and meet you, just because I don't know why, to be honest, but people just find it harder finding apartments. It's ridiculous. Next, thank you. Next. And I would say the last great thing about living in a dorm is the atmosphere. The people there are generally really happy and nice, and it's great being surrounded by people who are trying to achieve the same thing that you are trying to achieve. It's great being around people who are excited and eager and just ready to learn, who aren't like disillusioned yet. It's a good feeling, honestly. So I think the atmosphere of a dorm is just fantastic, and you can make a lot of really good and fun memories there. So now that we've talked about the good, let's get to the bad. Are you excited for the tea? It's coming real soon, sis. Real soon, sis. Real soon. So, the bad. It's tiny as hell, okay? I mean, I don't really know what you were thinking when you, like, heard the word dormitory, but, like, it's a tiny box, okay? So, like, I mean, plan accordingly. Storage is like your best friend. You're living in a dorm, you need storage, like, you need storage on the walls. You need storage underneath your bed. Like, you just need to not bring anything. Like, you don't have any space, like, at all, okay? It is an art figuring out how to bring in all of the things that you own and organize it in your room in a way that doesn't, like, make you feel like you're living in an episode of Hoarders. So, the next thing is that generally dorm rooms don't allow pets, which to me sucks because I have a cat. Her name's Anastasia. Anastasia? Okay. She doesn't want to come to the camera. She hates me. That's fine. But anyway, I have a cat. They wouldn't allow me to keep her in a dorm. So if you have a pet that you really want to take with you, then a dorm is not really an option for you because they usually don't allow pets. Certain appliances are just not allowed. I know when I was in my dorm, they didn't allow certain types of like lights to be hung around the room. Like you guys see, you might be able to see these lights in my room, but it's all about, you know, fire safety, fire hazard, all that crap. That's like supposed to help you. So it's not crap, it's good. It's supposed to keep you alive, but you know it's not great if you want to decorate your room. Alcohol, if you're underage, which you're a freshman, so you will be underage, so that should not be a problem. It definitely wasn't a problem for me. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up, honestly. Shouldn't even have been on my list of things to talk about. Nope. Or drugs. Don't know why that's here. You shouldn't even have drugs in your room. Why did I even mention that? Why did I even mention that? Okay, moving on. It is really difficult to put stuff on the wall when you live in a dorm. Generally, they don't like for you to nail things in, so you've got to buy a shit ton of command hooks. Actually, if you want a video on how to decorate your dorm room, let me know. Actually, if there is a video on anything you'd like me to cover about college, please let me know. Leave a comment down below if there is a video you'd like me to do, and I will surely do it. I have so much knowledge that I am doing nothing with, so please ask me so that I can talk to you. Please, I'm a well of knowledge. Someone needs to pump me. No one pump me. Don't. Next is visiting hours. This is gonna really vary for dorm to dorm, to university, but occasionally there are curfews set in place. Not really necessarily for you, but for the people around you. So after a certain hour, members of the opposite sex are not supposed to be in your area. Depending on if you live in a mixed dorm or not, most of the time, you know, you're gonna be separate. Gender norms, sorry about that. But most of the time, you're gonna be separate, and there will be hours that you are allowed visitors and hours that you are not necessarily allowed visitors. But yeah, I wouldn't really worry about this rule a lot. I was always at like a guy's place. Whoa. No. I just mean, I broke this rule a lot. No. I would stay at one of my friends' places until like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then sneak out. And it was fine. It was literally fine. I would just say don't get caught. Not that I'm encouraging you to break the rules. I am not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know, if you're going to college, you're an adult now. You are officially an adult, so make your own damn decisions and make sure that they are good decisions for you and yourself and your being and your sanity. Your body is a temple. It is finally time for the tea. So let's get started with the tea, you guys. The one thing that they never really talk about when they're like, ooh, pick a dorm, go to a dorm.
Hashtag dorm life.
Oh my gosh, dorm goal. They never really mention the fact that you never have any privacy. So what do I mean by that? I mean, you don't have any privacy. You want to take a dump, you go into your bathroom, your roommate's in the other room, and then it's like, ooh, I don't want to take a dump because my roommate is listening to me. I can hear her being perfectly still. I bet she's listening to me. I bet she wants to hear me pee. I bet she does because she's freaky like that. Okay, maybe not that dramatic, but if you're like a shy peer or a shy pooper, okay, you're gonna have to get over it because you're gonna have to pee and poop when your roommates are near you and in the same room, and it's awkward. And you got a real stinker, and you gotta come out of the bathroom, and it's like, you smell it, you know she smells it, you know she smells it, but you're not gonna say anything, and she's not gonna say anything, and then it's just really awkward because you just made like a real smelly dump, and it's like, what do we do? I don't know. And then she goes into the bathroom and sprays stuff, and then you're like, oh my god, she just sprayed stuff. When you want to have guests over, your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, there's always another person who's just like conveniently there. You know, if you make friends with them, then it's great, but if you don't, then it's just like, hi, I'd like to commence with the doing with my significant other. Could you exit the room for the duration of our doing it, please? I know people who had roommates who would just have sex in the room while their roommate was there. And it's like, you know, I'm not really into that. I don't really, you know, I keep my kinks to myself, you know, I don't really want to do that. But, you know, so there is a possibility that that's gonna happen. Something that you should know. The whole put a sock on the door thing is not a joke. If you see a sock on the door, unless you want to watch your roommate getting it on with someone else, you don't go in the room until the sock is gone. Or you knock first, okay? You know, you're on the phone. There's another person in the room. You can't make a private conversation unless you want to go outside. And it's like so hard to talk about someone when they're in the same room as you. Not that you would do that. Don't do that. My roommate, I guess, how would I say it? She really liked sex. So the very first time that I heard her having sex, it was like, oh my god, very jarring to me. I was just like, what is that? Oh. I particularly wasn't that into hearing her like get it on with her boyfriend because it was just really awkward for me. He knew what he was doing, I will say that. He definitely knew what he was doing because he had her screaming. I was like, who is this boy? I was like, who is this boy? Like, you should give him my number. I'm not gonna kink shame anybody. If you wanna listen, that's your own damn business. But for real though, he was real good. He had her screaming. He had her literally singing in the shower. Oh yeah, they did it in the shower. That's some royalty right there, okay? The point is, something they don't tell you about is that when you go to a place like this, a dorm, when you are officially out of high school, you are a college student, people around you are going to be screwing like bunnies because that's what you do when you're a freshman. Understand that if you live with another person, they know what you're doing. So either be quiet or like be totally cool with it, you know? So that's the first thing. That's the first item of tea that people do not mention when you're moving into a dorm. The roommates. So speaking of listening to your roommates screwing, roommates in general is gonna be, like I said earlier about the whole like 97% of people are gonna have shitty roommates. That's not a real like statistic, by the way. I made that up. It's not real. Don't quote me or nothing, okay? Most people I know had shitty roommates. Like sometimes they're just people who you are just like, dude, I don't know what it is about your face, but like just seeing your face like annoys me. Honestly, it's not a great situation. When you don't like your roommate, when you don't feel good when you're coming home, it is a sucky situation for everyone involved. Like school is already gonna be hard enough. If you don't feel like good and safe in your own like home environment, you're not gonna do well in school, which is ultimately what you're here to do. The trick to making them work is communication, compromise, and honesty. Snoring is a thing that's gonna probably piss you off. If you have a roommate that snores, it's gonna piss you off. Something they don't tell you, people fart, okay? Your roommate is gonna fart. You're gonna have to get over that. And sometimes they smoke, and sometimes they'll wanna smoke in your room. It's not usually allowed, but people break the rules all the time, you guys. Sometimes you just pick the wrong person, okay? I'll tell you two things. Two things that could possibly help you when you're picking out a roommate. If you are gonna be matched with a roommate, do not lie on your matchmaking form. I know it's so tempting if you're like super messy to write clean roommate so that they will clean, but I'm telling you it will cause you strife down the line. Maybe the first 2 weeks everything will be fine, you'll be clean, but then eventually your true like Aries is gonna come out, okay? Like your messy bitch is gonna freaking come out. You don't want your room to turn into a battleground, okay? It's not fun, it's not great for you, especially in your schoolwork. It's just not fun. People are different, and one of the things that you have to learn when you go to university is how to work with people who are not you. So that is the tea on roommates. If you want a full video on that, let me know. I've got it. This is the first time I've lived with only females. I've lived with mainly guys, so I've got plenty of tea. I've lived with, and I feel like I've lived with guys on all the spectrum. Guys who constantly like have sex, and then guys who do nothing but game, and guys who live with their girlfriend. Like I've had it all. So like ask me questions. I've got a ton of information. This is something I feel like they never talk about. Parking. It's ridiculous, honestly. The tea is you need to really sit down and evaluate if having a car is going to cost you more money than it actually is saving you, because there are some places where the parking pass is more expensive than just like taking the bus and walking and like taking Ubers, okay? Fire alarm drills and pulling. So this is gonna be more like, this is not really tea, it's kind of the in-between. It's not good, but it's not bad. Fire drills, if you live in an apartment, you're not gonna have fire drills, but if you live in a dorm, you probably will. So I'm not saying I didn't do it, but like walks of shames are very public, because there's always someone sitting at the RA desk. So if you're coming in 5 o'clock in the morning in like your little hoochie outfit with like your hair, you know, and your shoes in your hand, and your lipstick gone and your makeup off, they're gonna know. And RAs talk. Nothing is private. When you live in a dorm room, it's like living in a small town where your business is everyone else's business. That's all I'm finna say about that. So yeah, I hope that you guys found that video pretty helpful. Please leave a comment below saying that you found this video helpful. Comment down below telling me what other video I should make about college life. Oh, and if you liked this video, then you should give it a like so that I know to keep making videos just like it. And if you stayed to the very end of this video, then obviously there's something about me that you like. And honestly, I'm not that surprised. I mean, I'm me, you know? You just go, there's like a little red button. It's like a red button. It's like over here or like over here. I don't really know. It's like somewhere below me. It says the words subscribe on it. And I feel like you should hit that button. Matter of fact, do it, just like smash it. Like just kind of like, you know, like, I don't know, like just give it a good whack. Like, it's been a bad boy. It's been bad. You need to just like, you need it. It needs attention. I am putting out videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and there are occasionally bonus videos scattered throughout the week, but you can always look forward to my videos Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Subscribe to my channel, then you can go on to another one of my videos and watch another helpful video, or funny video, or vlog. I don't know, I do a lot of stuff, so just pick one and watch one. And I will see you in my next video. It's been solid.